Uh-oh. Hey, what's going on, social media family? Okay, so I wanted to talk about this and something that's been on my mind. And muffin. Okay, well, that's fine. Something that's been on my mind, and I've been thinking about his. Maybe it's better if I do it like this. Yeah, like this. Okay. His seed, right? Okay. So this guy that uh, that I'm talking with or whatever, and I've been like off and on talking with him ever since my early 30s, his early 40s. And as far as something interesting that he said to me, okay, it's not too far. Something interesting that he said to me is and I think that he is, while sometimes in some cases with some individuals, my lack of experience, sexual experience, can actually be off-putting, unattractive, right? In his case, I think that he actually values that in me. You know, the fact that I've done some things, but I've not done a lot of things, okay, without being way too explicit. Anyway, um one of the things that he said he wanted me to do with him at some point, a particular point. Ooh, ooh, mhm. He wanted me to swallow his seed. And that's not something I had done before, particularly when he spoke to me about that. And I was like, okay. And I'm actually, I was intrigued by it. I was like, I don't know, I've not done that before, but okay, we'll talk about it. But I kind of think, and maybe I'm just making way too much of everything. I don't think so with him though. I don't. Um yeah, yeah. Um I was like maybe. And I actually recently started thinking about this, and it had me start feeling differently about it. Now, again, we've been talking off and on or whatever. I've not really had much in between, but what I'm talking to you all about today, I with him, I was like maybe, and like I said, I recently started thinking about this. Maybe part of what he sees in this me swallowing his seed is like a, and I always look for things, y'all. I be trying, okay? I be trying. Anyway, maybe it's like that's his way of he's gonna be like, I put mm, I put my seed in you. I put my seed in you. Kind of because being in a homosexual relationship, it's not like he can put his seed. Mm, mm. Maybe it was that. Y'all, oh my gosh. But it's like being in a homosexual relationship. It's not like putting his seed in my belly would produce a child the way putting his seed in a woman's belly would have the potential to produce a child. And don't even, I'm not going to sidetrack myself with that discussion. But okay, just because it might seem like I'm saying something horrible, I will say what my sidetrack. The church, when they talk about the side of the church that I don't agree with, I love my church because that's not them. But when people are like, yeah, because sex is supposed to be exclusively for reproduction purposes, it's like, well, what about the people who are unable to reproduce due to whatever reason, you know? And it's like, does that mean that they should no longer have sex at all because they no uh uh anyway, but as far as him putting his seed in me, it's like I wonder if he'd be like, I put my seed in you, so that means you're like extra special to me because hmm, I'm the only one who's down there in that. And what I thought about, mm, I feel some kind of way. And I might have even done a video about this at the time because I share everything with social media. I do. But I yeah. Like I said, we were kind of off and on. And I had never taken a cum shot in my mouth and I didn't expect it, but he yeah, this is the story. I dealt with this other dude once. It was only once, and I oh my gosh, my saying it was only once makes me like really feel for the women who get pregnant on that one time. It's like it was only once, but it's like anyway. Um, I'm all about women's reproductive rights. Anyway, but as far as that, I was like, it was a dude I went out with once, and he actually unexpectedly to me, I didn't expect it. And maybe it's kind of like not really an excuse, but common courtesy. But I wasn't expecting it. He bust in my mouth while I was sucking his dick. And the first squirt, like I caught the rest of it in my mouth. And but that first squirt went straight down my throat into my stomach. Okay. And I was able to spit the rest of it out like, oh, God, can I have some mouthwash? You know, that. But the first squirt did go all the way down my throat to, and in thinking about him, I'm like, what if he's like, that used to be pure fertile ground for me, but now you have somebody else's in your gut. And that just takes away from the what would have been an an endearing moment, a special moment, a spectacular moment between the two of us. But now, because you have his, that brother's stuff up in you, it's that stomach of yours is no longer fresh and free and open. You know, now it's been polluted with another man's semen. So, and thinking about Kevin Samuels, when he's like, so why didn't you marry that man? And and the woman will be like, well, it's because I was young and dumb, and I made a mistake, Kevin. I made a mistake. Can't people make mistakes? And he'll be like, sure, but now you have to live with your consequences. And that guy, who I don't even remember his name, he was beautiful. I'm not the type of person to be like, I hate this person, so now they're no longer beautiful. I'm not that guy. He was beautiful, dark chocolate, all of that. Um, he that evening ultimately was a mistake, you know. And now thinking about the dude that I'm talking to now, not that I'm talking to now, that I've been talking to. I started talking to him before I met that dude, and I've been talking with him after that dude, you know? But it's like, what if he's like, nah, your gut is polluted. I don't want to send my kids in that. It used to be pure. I don't know. I actually really kind of feel badly about that. And I do the most. I get it. I do the most. Part of me was like, maybe I need to tell him now, just bring it up arbitrarily and say, FYI, this other man years ago, and it has been years, this other man years ago bust in my mouth, and the first quote squirt went down my throat into my gut. Please forgive me, you know, and for him to possibly, because part of what I was thinking about that as well is like, what if we finally get to that day that he's like, hey, I'm gonna put my seed in you, because we've had activity before. We've not gone that far, and like I said, before this one-off situation that I had never ever taken anyone's down my gut, you know. And it's like, what if his response would be like, you slut, you hoe, you having other dudes semen up in you, you slut, nah, fuck you, and fuck this whole thing. I ain't messing with you. Because I think part of enough, I don't know. I also think that he is not as sexually experienced necessarily as your typical person as well. So that's part of the connection. Anyway, I don't know. That was just stuff on my mind. Um, yeah. I'm not sure. I think it would be doing the most to bring it up in advance. So I don't think I'll do that. I talk to you later, social media family. Peace. VerseTV.com. It's on this side. Stay blessed. Have a good night. All right. Now I am going to bed. I am going to the kitchen and I'm going to eat dinner and I am going to bed. All right. Peace.